So, when it comes to heroes, hmm. When it comes to heroes, my favorite hero is a Marvel character. Yeah, Spider-Man, obviously. Um, Miles Morales, he's also a Spider-Man. So, what happened? What would happen? What would happen? What would happen if he, as a hero, he didn't have to attend an academy, hero academy. He learned on the streets. What would happen if he fought somebody who attended a school in order for them to be a hero? Well, what if Spider-Man versus Deku? Come on, let me show you. Death Battle has recently released a video for Spider-Man versus Deku, Marvel versus My Hero Academia, and we're gonna check this out. So yeah, links will be in the description below. Let's get it.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Death Battle!
All right, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the...
Bruh, did you know that recently... Oh, let me see. Scientists have... scientists genetically... Holy shit, I can't spell. Holy shit, I really can't spell right now. I'm having a brain for it. Scientists, spider, red silk. They genetically modified a spider as they successfully, world's first CRISPR edited spiders shoot fluoro red silk. So they have successfully changed the DNA of spiders so that it spits red silk. World's first CRISPR edited. Come on. I want to see if they have a video for it. Cause like, what kind of crazy nonsense is that? Come on, bruh. Gene edited spider.
In a stunning biotech breakthrough, scientists at Germany's University of Bayreuth have created the world's first gene-edited spider, and it spins red fluorescent silk. Using CRISPR-Cas9, researchers inserted a glowing red protein gene into the house spider's DNA. The result? Webs that glow under specific light. This could revolutionize materials, science, and bioengineering. In a stunning biotech break,
I didn't even think about that because the spider silk. Bruh. What else can they? What else can they? Can they inject? Oh, that's. I guess that sounds bad from like a humanitarian perspective, but like, what else could they genetically modify to give us different types of like clothing materials and stuff? It's an interesting thought. Yeah, we're also that much closer to actually having a radioactive spider that will turn us into Spider-Man. Then we will have the multiverse in our own universe. A bunch of different people running around with Spider-Man powers. I'd be one of them, definitely. Yeah.
The one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world, and now he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't
So that's how he crawls along any surface. But was Peter's ever explained like that? Probably, I just don't know. But yeah, that's dope. It's also because, like, in our reality, if we did go down the path of multiple spider people running around, or maybe multiple genetically spliced other creatures with people, I don't know, just to get different powers or abilities, whatever. You could have each spider person could have different powers, just like in the multiverse. I'm down for that.
forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles
Maybe I can pay extra to have the powers that I want customized.
know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
Yeah. 0 out of 100.
Teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school?
Ouch. God damn. And that's the thing. It's not like you didn't try. You actually tried. You actually answered all the questions. You just got them all wrong. Not even getting one, not even getting like a 10, right? Out of like 100 or whatever. Damn.
What was the right way to talk to girls?
Hey.
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? It makes family dinner so awkward. All that, trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents! Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this
I mean, doesn't he eventually tell his parents that he's Spider-Man?
particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness
Well, I mean, what else would he have called it? It's like a little Bioshock thingy. Little.
his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By
Seriously?
spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh,
Damn.
gee, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem, a blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's getting kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the
I don't know who the new Ultimates are. Are they good? Are they decent?
The Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and
Wasn't there a show? Didn't there? Because this kid right here, he looks familiar. Didn't they make a show about this team?
Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The
Hell yeah.
same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain
Isn't Deadpool's swords made of vibranium? It's supposed to be like the toughest metal.
America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurity,
Hey. Props to him. Hey, show love to the weebs, yo. Show love to the weebs.
Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other Spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime
Isn't in one of these I thought if you spent too much time in someone else's universe, you would start to fade away or something like that. Oh wait, no, they fixed that, didn't they? I think so. All right, never mind.
Spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done.
Spider people.
Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This one looks cool as fuck. What does it do? The black and white one here.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero. But what is a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was no one more synonymous with the word
All
than
Might.
their symbol of peace. All Might.
The big numero uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Yeah, until he got messed up. And then pretty much lost his powers for a bit. Well, couldn't really access them to the fullest for extended periods of time. Then he gave him to Deku.
So it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Bro, that's gotta suck. Cause like if most population is getting powers, and you're one of the few that don't get powers, man. Like imagine how bad, like how crappy you might feel. Like damn, I'd be envy. You might feel pretty envious too. I might be envious. I would.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales and
Yeah, why?
soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks. One for All is the ultimate in
And kicky
strength enhancing
kicks.
quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though.
Yeah, it
Damn,
broke
that
his
looks like
arm.
it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by Girly Pop Uraraka to turn
Girly
his
Pop?
zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it
What does Deku even mean? I think it means like worthless or something, or useless or something like that. I think that's what they said in the anime. Wooden puppet or dummy. Yeah. That's someone who's useless. Okay.
came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style.
Shoot
Shoot
style.
style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to
Emoji?
focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
Excellent.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to.
That was a good fight though. All Might versus All For One. That was a good fight.
Do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar
That's gotta be useful. Like if your arm gets broken or for whatever reason, using the Black Whip to force your arm to throw a punch, that'd probably hurt, but still.
high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Or if you're stuck on a web, use your Black Whip to force your arm to, move to rip your arm off the web.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen lets him
License.
create a smokescreen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%,
Damn.
equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He
Damn.
once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm.
Yes,
I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though.
Oh, hold on, what's this? I keep trying to catch these little notes that pop up on the right corner, but I've missed so many already, I'm sure. Deku can forcefully transfer the vestiges of One for All to an opponent to directly attack their soul. Damn. But he loses one of his quirks each time he does. Okay. It also requires they ingest some of his DNA. Ugh.
After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One for All was suffocating him, though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends,
Mouth breather.
the country, the entire world weighed on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where
Deku
Deku fought
badass.
best.
Like, look, that mask, that outfit is dope.
Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school.
Wait, if he lost his quirk, does that mean One For All in general was completely lost?
If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Hello, it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're asking. Benjamin, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
Dummy thick.
Yes, that's our mechanical menace Mecha Goose pulling down the trunks of poor Dummy. Our new summer line of merch is available now on deathbattle.gg for a limited time. Website members can even get this in a unique color scheme. And there's a hat. I like the hat. I know what else you're asking. Benjamin, why did Wiz build robot butt cheeks on Dummy?
Why did he?
I don't know. Get your cheeks at www.deathbattle.gg.
All right, here we go. All right, nope. Time to put in that those bets. Let's see. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. That's just because he's my favorite. Like, yeah, I'm playing favorites here.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Huh?
Oh,
Yo!
hold on.
You're more man and less spider than usual.
I like the animation
I was
style.
looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First
Wait.
lesson, don't watch the mouth.
Why are you trying to fight him?
Watch the hands.
Now watch mine, Delaware!
Let's try that one more time.
Oh yeah, he's got the suit from Black
I
Panther.
can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that.
Oh shit.
Oh, mierda.
Yeah, he cracked it. That's one of Miles Morales' weaker point, because his webbing doesn't come from his arms. It's not organic like Peter's. So if his shit gets crushed, then he's fucked. He's screwed.
I moved us to an abandoned part to the city so we can go all out! Because I always do my best!
Come on, where's your spider sense? There you go.
If I'm gonna do my best,
Come on, let's see it.
I gotta do my own thing.
So you can keep up with the gear, with the...
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
His suit has shock absorption, not
Zap Dugan.
nullification. So, it's got a limit. Go beyond!
That's Ultra. Come on, Spidey. Oh, shit. Oh, that's right. I forgot he could do that.
Spider-Man, you really are
What the fuck?
the ultimate.
Man! Hell
Vaya
no.
con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpower.
This saddens me. I feel immense sadness with this from these results. Oh well.
Powers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles's invisibility was harder for danger sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the spider sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which
Bro, do you guys think that Death Battle will eventually use AI to make their battles? While Venom is effective against genetic mutants, it can be resisted by those with high durability or pain tolerance, such as Ultimate Green Goblin. Deku has withstood electrical attacks from Shigaraki and Nine. Even if a Venom strike did paralyze Deku, he could puppet his body with Overlord. Damn!
actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been
right,
handling
'cause he went
everything from
vigilante for a bit.
neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
Miles has been trained by Captain America, Colin Wing, Misty Knight, and Black Panther. While his training is arguably not as intensive as Deku's full-time study at UA, he's not inexperienced by any means.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles. And that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT.
Damn.
Smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all, so the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger than vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Damn, bruh. Alright, I guess that's fair. I get it. I can be salty about it. Don't look at me like that. Cause I'm gonna be salty about it. Fuck that. Oh well. That was good. I just wish Miles would have won. But I get it. I'm not hurt by any means necessary. Nuh-uh. I'm good. Anyway, that's all for this one. Link will be in the description below, so be sure to check out Death Battle. Also be sure to subscribe to my channel. Alright. Peace.